Nigerians don't like to ask out loud. If Farouk is being questioned because of foreign education costs, why does the conversation change when it's weekend? Why do Nigerians suddenly become gent? Why do we suddenly become lawyers saying, leave his children alone? Oh, come on. But we didn't leave children alone when Farouk's case entered public discussion. My people, let us talk truthfully, seriously. Today, at this oracle, I would look at two men who reside in one country and people measure them using double standards. So let's just talk about them. Because sometimes Nigeria and Nigerians can make you feel like you're going mad. Not because you don't know right from wrong, but because the rules keep changing depending on who is standing in the spotlight. Today, I want to compare two names. I really don't like them, but we need to make this comparison. Nigerians have been dragging these two names across the streets of public opinion. Farouk Ahmed and Nyesom Wike. Not because they are the same person, no, or that they come from the same political family or whatever. No, actually, one of them, Farouk, is from the north and Nyesom Wike is from the south. And so the question we want to ask them and the energy that we bring are not the same. And that is where the problem starts. So the first fire, Aliko Dangote made a public accusation against Farouk Ahmed. The gist of the accusation, allegedly, is that Farouk's children were educated abroad in very expensive educational institutions, and that for you to have your children in that kind of school meant that a lot of money was being invested. And Dangote implied that the kind of money required for that lifestyle raises questions for a public official. The message was loud. How can a public servant afford this? Now, note this carefully. This is an accusation, not a court judgment. And still, Nigerians reacted like people who have seen too much. Because here's the truth. In a country where salaries don't match the lifestyle we see around power, Nigerians have learned to ask one question first. Where all the money come from? Where did the money come from? And that question is not hatred. No, it is not even jealousy. It is what a normal society calls accountability. When a public official's family life looks like this, private jets, luxury, the public wants an explanation. You can't call that wickedness. No, that's not wickedness. That's not hate. It's not bad belly. That is survival instinct. And from what has been publicly reported, anti-corruption agencies were said to be looking into the matter. Again, investigation is not conviction. But it shows this. Farouk entered the zone of public scrutiny because of lifestyle and the education of his children abroad. Now, switch the camera. We see photos, celebrations, proud father energy, Wike's son graduating from an Ivy League top UK university. And let me make this clear, education is good. A child succeeding is beautiful. A parent celebrating is human. But here's the uncomfortable question Nigerians don't like to ask out loud. If Farouk is being questioned because of foreign education costs, why does the conversation change when it's weekend? Why do Nigerians suddenly become gent? Why do we suddenly become lawyers saying, leave his children alone? Oh, come on. But we didn't leave children alone when Farouk's case entered public discussion. We didn't say maybe the man has savings. We didn't say maybe he has a business. We didn't say let's wait for proof. No, many people jumped straight to the conversation and then to the conclusion. So what is it? Is it that Nigerians are fair or that Nigerians are afraid of some people? Or is it that Nigerians have been groomed to simply treat some men as untouchable? Let me say this in plain language. I am not a fan of both men. And so we're going to look at this critically and examine it. This isn't about who loves their child more. Every parent loves their child. All parents. This isn't about who should or shouldn't send their child abroad. If you can afford it, go. After all, some people send their children to the next country, Lome, Cotonou, and even Ghana. This is about something bigger. Public service must not become a shortcut to private empire. Public service must not become a space that you use in robbing your own people. Money meant for the public cannot and should not be converted to private use. Because once we start excusing big men from basic questions, corruption doesn't even need to hide again. It becomes normal. Now, to be fair, Wike is not a small political figure. People describe him as a political force, builder, strategist, street smart, feared, admired, smart, and all of that. In Rivers State, his supporters point to both visible and invisible infrastructure of bridges, flyovers, whatever they call them, roads, projects. It doesn't even matter whether those things survived the 8 years that he survived in office or in what condition that they were done. Critics say some of these projects were just too expensive, too showy, too politically motivated. Well, we can have a fair debate on all of this, but here is what is not fair and what we cannot have a fair debate on. When a man is powerful, Nigerians start treating his performance like immunity. So let me say this in the way that you will understand it. When a man becomes a governor, Nigerians begin to treat his performance as a personal achievement. As if building flyovers automatically answers questions about wealth. As if commissioning projects automatically cancels concerns about lifestyle and influence. That is not accountability. That is man worship. Let's address the things people keep bringing up, especially in Wike's case. Again, I'll label them properly. The Rolls-Royce convoy. One controversy that always follows Wike is a luxury around him, the kind of lifestyle that he and his children exhibit in public space of the social media, especially the talk of this Rolls Royce in his convoy. While we are ranked 44 in the poorest countries index, a public officer splurges on a Rolls Royce for his convoy. I mean, what happened to the made in Nigeria innocent? Supporters would say, so what? He's not the first rich politician. Really? When did he suddenly become so rich? What other business has he ever done? What trade? Oh, okay, I forgot. He himself said his father was general manager of many companies. But how true is that? Critics say the symbolism is insulting in a poor country, and I agree. But the deeper issue is, does his declared income and known his business history reasonably explain the lifestyle? That's the type of question that chased Farouk. So why are we not asking those same questions now that it's Wike's? So B, land allocation allegations. Let me not even start with the ones in Rivers State. But there have been allegations in public spaces about Abuja land allocations. Some claim specifically involving Wike's son and associates. Wike and his camp have also issued denials to some of these claims. But here's what matters. If the allegations are false, Nigerians should want them disproved with clarity. Proof. If the allegations are true, Nigerians should want consequences, punishment for taking what is not yours. What Nigerians should not do in this case is a thing that we always find ourselves doing, where we only scream when the target is weak and keep quiet when the target is one of our own, is powerful and influences things around us. Political patronage and buying structure. People also talk about the political structure around Wike, how he funds loyalty, supports candidates, influences assemblies, and builds networks. And these are the things that has kept him relevant. He himself, severally, on his monthly interviews, have mentioned the things that he has wanted, the things he instructed the assembly, and the things that he had to do to put people in office. So that's not me. Now, to some, this is political skill. To others, it looks like a system where money becomes a language of power. But again, Nigeria should be able to ask questions. The right questions, as they would say in social media, prompting. In a Channel's interview, he referred to the 600 billion naira in Rivers State allocation as a war chest. I will come to that soon. If this is the mindset of a former governor and a current FCT minister, it begs the question: what is the source of the money that has fueled and is still fueling his political machinery? Florida, USA property allegations. There have also been reports and allegations in public discussions about mansions abroad. Florida has come up in the conversation, along with counterclaims and denials from Wike's side in different reports. Once again, allegation is not proof. But in a serious country where things work, allegations of this scale don't become beer parlor arguments or social media drooling affairs. They become subjects for transparent verification and proof. So why hasn't Wike faced the same Farouk treatment? This is the heart of today's oracle. Farouk gets the public servant morality test. Wike often gets the political immunity treatment. Is this because of anything that I don't see? Because both of them are public servants, and if they're going to run a morality test, it should run on both. And the reason is very simple and painful. Nigeria punishes weakness, not wrongdoing. If you don't have a strong political shield, your alleged sins become national headline. If you have power, allies, structure, and intimidation aura, your alleged sins become propaganda. And that is how a society dies slowly. Not because corruption exists, but because accountability becomes selective. My people, this country, our country, Nigeria, cannot move forward like this. We cannot demand answers from one man and excuse another because we like his politics, fear his influence, and enjoy his strongman vibe. If we are serious about integrity, then we must use one yardstick. If Farouk must explain how the foreign education of his children is funded, then any public figure whose lifestyle raises similar questions must face the same question, same scrutiny. If Wike's supporters want fairness, let them demand transparency, not attempt to silence anyone who dares to ask questions. If Wike's critics want justice, let them demand proof, not deal with rumors. Because in the end, it's not about Farouk, it is not about Wike, it's about Nigeria, and whether public office is a responsibility or a jackpot. My name is Hilda Dokubo, and this is the Oracle, and this Oracle will continue to speak.